Today we want to talk about the character quality of courage. And to define that is pretty simple. It says the ability to face difficulty, uncertainty, or obstacles without being overcome by fear. Fear is part of all of our lives. We fear the unknown, we fear other people, we fear what's in ourselves. Our sinfulness makes us afraid of maybe even the consequences of who we are and what might become of us in the end. God does not want us to live in fear, however. We know that because of Jesus and Jesus' sacrifice for us and Jesus' resurrection, we have a future that does not involve fear. Instead, our future involves hope. I'm going to talk about two people today who really live that out. One's not a biblical figure and one is. The first person who lives that out is a woman named Bethany Hamilton. Some of you might know who she is. When she was 13 years old, she was already a champion surfer or on her way to becoming one, and she was out surfing one day with her friends, and her left arm got bitten off by a 14-foot tiger shark. It was just gone right at the shoulder. But Bethany was a woman of faith already at 13 years old. And so within a month, she was already back surfing, doing something that seemed impossible because usually you need two hands. And within a year and a half, she had won a world championship as a surfer. Today, she's a mom, she's a wife, and she's a world champion surfer doing something called free surfing, which is you just go out there with huge waves in dangerous places. And really what she is an inspiration to other people, because she could have feared that every time she was out on a surfboard there might be another shark. Or to me, surfing in and of itself is amazingly scary. Her quote says this: "Courage doesn't mean you don't get afraid. Courage means you don't let fear stop you." A person in the Bible who lived this out in an amazing way was the Apostle Peter. He tried lots of things. He probably should have been more fearful at times, but he wasn't. He just tried them anyway. He tried to walk on water to Jesus, and he failed. He was there with Jesus when he was arrested. He failed when people challenged him and said, "Hey, aren't you one of Jesus' friends?" But he kept going and he kept going and he kept going, and God was always there with him, and he knew most importantly that Jesus' strength was also his strength. And so in the end, Peter overcame his fear and was one of the amazing missionaries who spread the word about Jesus' life, death, and resurrection to the whole world. 2 Timothy 1 verse 7 says, "God did not give us a spirit of timidity, but a spirit of power, of love, and of self-discipline." That's who you are in Jesus. You are not made to be fearful. You're made to have hope. Hope in a future in heaven with God, and hope to be able to overcome the obstacles that this life presents, because you're not thinking about this life. You're thinking about the future, and you can have courage to do that.